Hello and welcome to Awaz News. I'm Simona Kotoni and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada. Trudeau calls public inquiry into use of Emergencies Act during convoy protests. Why many people in India aren't condemning Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Twitter and Elon Musk reportedly close the takeover deal after weekend talks. Ontario NDP unveils 2022 election platform with big promises for healthcare and affordability. Canadian bishops failing to work closely with AFN to plan Pope's visit. Striking workers block Union Station bus terminal for third straight day. Ontario Liberals promise to boost provincial top-up to the old age security. Canada seeks foreign students and immigrants to ease labor pains. Maple Leafs defeat Capitals 4-3 in shootout. National funeral for Guy Lafleur to be held on May 3rd in Montreal. So those were the headlines. Now let's jump right into the details. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau called today for the establishment of an inquiry into the use of the Emergencies Act. In a news release, Trudeau said an independent public inquiry called the Public Order Emergencies Commission would be created to examine the circumstances leading to the declaration being issued. Trudeau invoked the act for the first time in Canada's history during the Freedom Convoy, giving the federal government temporary powers to deal with the blockades and protests against the pandemic restrictions. The reluctance to pick a side in the ongoing conflict is very much in line with India's official stance of committed neutrality and non-aligned foreign policy that has strong domestic support despite intense pressure from the Western leaders for Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to take a bolder approach in denouncing Russian aggression. India cannot ignore the fact that Russia has been their ally for many years, said shopper Hillary Pinto. His comments highlighted the delicate balance that countries' officials are treading with their response to the conflict, particularly as accounts emerged of war crimes that appears to have been committed by Russian troops in Ukraine. Elon Musk and Twitter are reportedly nearing a deal that would allow world's richest man to take over the social media company. The two sides were engaged in a detailed negotiation through the weekend, discussing the details of a possible takeover, including the timeline and possible breakup fee should a deal fall apart. The two Canadian banks, the Royal Bank of Canada and CIBC, are among a consortium of a dozen lenders who agreed to help Musk finance a bid up to $46.5 billion US, and Royal Bank agreed to lend Musk $750 million and CIBC $400 million. Andrea Horwath's NDP unveiled its platform for the 2022 election campaign today, with the healthcare and pocketbook-related commitments forming the core of sweeping set of promises. Among the NDP's central promises is a plan to provide prescription drug coverage for all Ontarians, as well as the accelerated implementation of a dental care program and a freeze on income tax for low and middle income residents if the party forms government after the June 2nd election. The Vatican and the Canadian Conference of the Catholic Bishops made a misstep in planning for the Pope's visit by failing to work closely with the Assembly of First Nation, also called as AFN, on the details of the upcoming trip, says the regional chief who led the AFN delegations to Rome. Gerald Ontion, the AFN regional chief for the Northwest Territory, said he raised the issue with the Edmonton Archbishop Richard Smith during a meeting last week. That's a great real opportunity for us to do things in the right way. We need to have everything on the table. Metrolink says GO buses were not stopping at or departing from Union Station bus terminal today as striking rail terminal workers have blocked road accesses to the area. As a result, buses were being rerouted to the other transit stations. So far, bus routes 21 and 61 for Milton and Richmond Hill are rerouting away from Union Station due to the blockage. The striking workers, represented by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, said on Twitter Sunday that they would be love to get back to the bargaining tables instead of striking, and accused Metrolinx of hiring replacement workers or scabs at the Union Station. Ontario's Liberals are promising to increase the amount low-income seniors receive from the province as a top-up to federal old age security payments if they form the government this spring. The party says if re-elected on June 2nd, it will also increase the number of seniors who qualify for Ontario's Guaranteed Annual Income System program. Liberal leader Stephen Del Duca says the change would help more seniors stay at home. With over 1 million job vacancies needing to be filled immediately, Canada is offering international students with expiring temporary status an opportunity to gain work experience and have a better chance at qualifying for permanent residency in the country. Starting this summer, former international students currently in the country with the postgrad work permit expiring between January and December 2022 will qualify for an additional open work permit for up to 18 months, the government announced today. There's much for the Washington Capitals to evaluate after a tough loss late in the season and an injury that could cloud their entire playoff outlook. Alex Ovechkin was injured early in the third period of a 4-3 shootout loss to Toronto Maple Leafs on Sunday night, crashing into the boards and getting ruled out with an upper body injury. In the aftermath of that, his teammates built and blew out 2 goals, lead to miss a major opportunity to move up the standings. Ovechkin's uncertain status is the most alarming situation facing the Capitals with the playoffs beginning in just over a week. Premier Francis Legault announced on Twitter that Lafleur's family had agreed to a national honors for the late hockey great, with the funeral to be held at 11 a.m. at Mary Queen of the World Cathedral in downtown Montreal. Ahead of the funeral, Lafleur will lie in the State Bell Center on May 1st from noon to 8 p.m. and May 2nd from 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Simone Cutoni, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same channel. Adios.